Hello there and welcome to another edition of The Cruise Show. I'm Derek Marks today, not in the studio, well spotted. I'm in the beautiful Belgian city of Antwerp because in this half hour we're bringing you cruises from Cruise and Maritime Voyages. And I tell you what, we're on board the Polo. So before we go and see John back in Liverpool, let's look around this beautiful ship. Now the Polo boasts some very impressive and classic features. It's not a cruise that's full of thrills and spills and climbing frames. It's simple, luxurious elegance. So when you reach your destinations, if you don't fancy the hustle and bustle of the optional excursions, or maybe it's a place you've been to before, then there's plenty to do during the day. You can sit out on a number of these fabulous decks and just enjoy what hopefully will be some fantastic weather on your Cruise and Maritime voyage.
There is a history with cruising that it was all scheduled and organised, and when the tannoy went, you went to do a feature or you went to do an activity. On here, our motto is it's all about you. If you want to make it a relaxing holiday, sit back and relax and do nothing, that's absolutely fine. If you want to have an action-packed holiday, we'll make sure that everything is catered for and there's never a dull moment on board. So people can pick and choose. Sometimes there'll be 4 or 5 activities at the same time, so there's a lot of selection, and it's all about the individual. You make into the cruise what you want it to be. At the moment we're trying to put together a lot of variety on ships, so when people come on the ships they can see so much different entertainment on board, whether that be the production shows with a very talented show team and live orchestra, dance classes, activity classes, workshops, cabarets, spotlight cabarets, guest lecturers, craft lecturers. So we're trying to expand the range of entertainment on board, so each time you come back there's something new.
Now then, when it comes to food on a Cruise and Maritime voyage, 1, there is plenty of it, and 2, there's a fabulous choice. There's a great atmosphere this lunchtime here in Marco's, which is a self-service buffet. Now, if you want just a simple soup and a sandwich, that's fine. If you want a salad, brilliant. It caters for everyone, and there's plenty on the hot selection as well. So excuse me, it's time for lunch.
People always think because it's a small ship there's going to be less selection when it comes to food. With 2 restaurants on board, a huge menu and some very talented chefs creating the best food on here, not only is there immediate choice of different variety each and every night, but then there's also the option of tailoring that. So if somebody had a specific dietary requirement, or if they wanted just plain chicken, plain salmon, that will always be ready prepared for them. But every single cruise that we do, we have passengers coming on saying how impressed they were with the food, the choice, the selection, and how many different offerings there were throughout even a short cruise.
Thank you very much. Now that's one of the possibilities here on Cruise and Maritime as well. If you fancy dining al fresco, a little bit of lunch out on deck, you can, because it's all about making your holiday as enjoyable as it can be. And although the food on board the Polo is absolutely fantastic, you might just want to burn off 1 or 2 of those excess calories. Well, no problem, because it's fully equipped with a state-of-the-art gym. Now these cross trainers are actually fitted with small TVs, so I think you could probably burn off a good 1,000 calories in just 1 episode of Loose Women. Now, for a ship of its size, the Marco Polo really is very well equipped. I'm in the health club and gym right now, where you can take your aggression out on the punch bag, use the fairly large studio space here for things like yoga and Pilates classes, or if that's just a little bit too physical, why not go for a sport that you haven't done in a while, like table tennis, and you can smash it here on the Marco Polo. And if all of that sounds a little bit too physical, well, you can always lie back, relax, while Hazel and her team work their magic here at the Jade Wellness Centre. There are a number of different treatments available, and I thoroughly recommend the massage. Well, we've had a good look around the Marco Polo, and very impressive she is indeed. So let's get you on your first cruise and maritime voyage. Let's go back to the studio now. John is standing by with some extra special deals for you. Now, I think you'll really enjoy the intimate feel of the Marco Polo. With only around about 850 passengers, it feels really intimate, and you'll soon be making lots of new friends. In saying that, there are plenty of spaces to move around, so if you want just a quiet cocktail with your friends or family before dinner, you might choose the Columbus Lounge, which is bright, light and sophisticated. And don't think it's a rushed pace of life on board Cruise and Maritime. There's plenty of time and spaces to relax too. If you get into a port and just fancy staying on board, why not just take in either the daily news or get the brain cells going with the daily crossword. And I bet you're wondering about the accommodation. Well, there's certainly plenty of choice, as cruise director Gareth Cole explains.
Accommodation on the ships, many people are very worried about. They see how many passengers you get on a ship and they automatically think very small tin boxes. There's 12 different grades of cabins on board, so if you're happy just to have a very basic room, that's available to you. However, we have that all the way up to deluxe suites, which have got sitting rooms, very large open spaces in there. And you can choose if you want an inside cabin and an outside cabin, so those who don't want to see the water, who are a bit nervous about sailing, that option's there for them. And those who want to actually get the ocean views, that's an option for them as well. And the good thing is now, for people who have a specific cabin that they always like, they can request these cabins when they book, or they can come down for an event for an open day to come actually look at the facilities and the cabins on board without even taking a cruise.
And cover your ears, gents, because there's plenty of opportunity for shopping on the Marco Polo as well. There's a boutique, ladies, for your ball gowns, and gents for your suits. There's also duty free, there's watches, there's jewellery, and everything you need for a fantastic trip. Now, of course, we all know a cruise holiday is great for getting away from it all, but here on the Marco Polo, you can keep in touch as well. There's a really well-equipped net centre here as well, so you can send your emails, check on your stocks and shares, and see what's going on back in the UK. Now, a cruise and maritime voyage is a popular choice for those people who've never been on a cruise before, and indeed seasoned travellers too. And I can see why. The ship's at a good size and it doesn't take too long to navigate it. It's clean, it's comfortable, and for us fussy Brits, well, you know what? It's got it all. Well, we've seen what the Marco Polo has to offer during the day, but what about the evening entertainment? Well, let's go. But to go to dinner, can't go dressed like this. Give me a second. That's better. Right, I'm all ready. Forgot to mention, tonight's a formal night, so it's best bib and tucker for everybody. Talking to Tucker, what's up for dinner? Let's find out, and let's see these fabulous shows on board Marco Polo. Come on. The evening starts with pre-dinner drinks in the elegant Captain's Club, and then it's into the Waldorf restaurant for dinner. Now, there's a real understated elegance here with its attractive stained glass dome and Asian artwork. Dinner is served over 2 seatings, 6 o'clock and 8:15. There's a wide selection of starters, mains and desserts, as well as vegetarian and healthy options. One thing the Marco Polo prides itself on is keeping to British cruising traditions, especially when it comes to the spectacular Baked Alaska Parade. Yes, yes. Me mind on fire, me soul on fire, feeling hot, hot, hot. After dinner, it's straight to the Marco Polo Lounge for the evening's entertainment. And tonight, the show team paid tribute to the music of Queen. I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, Scaramouche, ready to the fandango. Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo, 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 Galileo. Oh boy, nobody loves me. He's just a cowboy from the poor family, sparing his life from this monstrosity.
What we're having at the moment is passengers are finding, because it's a smaller ship, the smaller ships tend to be more intimate for people to get to know the entertainment team, so they like the fact they can talk to the entertainers after the shows rather than see them on stage and never see them again. Because we all multitask and do different things, you'll see your wellness host up on stage tap dancing. The next day you'll see your show team out on tours with you, chatting to you. So passengers love the fact that you can mix and mingle with all of the staff, and it's a very friendly family atmosphere. Elsewhere on the ship, and the Captain's Club is the place to relax and unwind with the resident pianist and violinist. While in Scott's Bar, cabaret, karaoke, quizzes and a disco take you late into the night. Assistant Cruise Director Andy is hosting Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and whilst he explains the rules to the contestants, let's head back to Liverpool for more great offers from Cruise and Maritime Voyages. John. Well, we've had a fantastic time with Cruise and Maritime here on board the Marco Polo, speaking to many of the passengers on board as well. They hold it with a real great affection and come back time and time again. I can just imagine standing here and looking over the Northern Lights someday, and I hope you could enjoy that too. Listen, that's all we've got time for now. Thank you for joining us as always. Join us on a regular basis here on the Holiday and Cruise channel on Sky 284. From John in Liverpool and from me here on deck, the Marco Polo. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.